How's it gaming, guys? I'm PhilInTheBlanks, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Rise from the Ashes. We are nearing the very end here. Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's been a long one, though. Now then, will the defendant, Ms. Lana Skye, please take the stand? She looks so done with it. Ms. Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. You want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure.
But Lana...
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Was I thinking that? That looked like I had the blue letters with the parentheses. Are you reading my mind with science, Emma? Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination, even though technically the defendant doesn't really want your legal advice at all or anything. So I like how she says when she acts stiffly, like, and that, in my opinion, would be like when she turns to the side like that. So we're gonna press that. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence?
She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
I've got to get Lana to talk more. I mean, I didn't do much out of that. Oh, whatever. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. I worked alongside Gant for years. I rearranged the crime scene. Well, according to Emma, you couldn't have, so. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken Prosecutor Award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Ugh. No stabbies. But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. I mean, technically, yes, she's correct. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Oh, so we get a new statement here. Good. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. Ugh. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound? And then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Wow, we're just adding more and more to this. At least we know when we add a piece of testimony, it means you pretty much have to go with that. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. But the jar was the jar? Wait. Where's the jar again? Alright, well. Pieces of the jar, you mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. I mean, this doesn't show there, but... Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Alright, well, prosecutor didn't do anything. Whoops. Blah, 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 blah. And seeing how they're really pressing on that jar, I might as well present the jar. Shattered piece of the jar. I mean, even Emma made a big deal out of it, so... Yeah, there we go. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring it to everyone's attention. A significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with this? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Oh yeah. I guess she would have made sure that all the pieces were there if she saw that it was saying Emma on it and all that. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That did not click in for me at all. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Yeah, wow, shit, I did not think of that. Order, order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. I like Edgeworth here because he's like, not really being a prosecutor, he's just kind of like, he just wants to find the truth. I'm just like, yay, Edgeworth's not bad. I mean, he's never been bad, but like he's not the cold-hearted guy he was in the first few chapters, so. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Oh, well, pfft. Okay, I think we know what contradiction is there. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You clearly did not get them all because Gant had a piece of them, so... You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Yeah, let's just... yeah. No time to waste. We know what we're doing this time. Fragments were so large, I'm sure got them all. Except for, you know, you didn't. A final fragment was found in Chief Gant's safe, so bleh, you did not do the thing you just said you did. Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she'd gather every last piece and wipe the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Grumble, grumble, mumble. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that? A person's life is at stake here, Your Honor. Jeez. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? I don't like how you're sticking up for Gant so much. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Why are you... No, you're not going to jail, Judge. Why are you freaking out? The judge was the one who did it all this time. I knew it. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. Ooh, ow, that was a lot of blood on her thumb. Ow!
No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Judge, come on, man. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe Wright after all. What do you mean, Wright?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright?
Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Oh! All right. The witness may testify once more for the final time. Here it is, guys. Right? We're at the ending stretch here. Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. So she admits that at least what we deduced did happen, that, that we thought she killed her, blah, 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 blah. Unbelievable! The body was impaled on the armor's sword? You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Oh, actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. Wait, did I get that? You got the evidence law book. Can I turn the book around? No, can I use the power of the DS to look at it? Guess not. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. It's weird how there was a testimony, but we're not cross-examining her right now. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there whoops. In there somewhere, not that. So, this. So, I don't like how you're not allowed to look at it until this part of the game. So, evidence law. Copyright PO. Let's open it. Oh, there it is. Oh. Hey, there's a picture here. Ugh. The blood looks very like... Let's draw the picture and let's just like... I don't know. Use Photoshop poorly. I don't know, it doesn't look great. Mind you, I don't know what blood would really look like coming out of a man's mouth. Dripping onto his body. Blah, blah, blah. No, thank you. And we can see... Yeah, I think you're all seeing what's up with his vest there. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Gasp. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest! Could that be... the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? Oh yeah, it's just a flashback, sorry. I was confused there a second. This is a handprint, isn't it? Doesn't that just prove that it was her? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Oh, finally, yay. Actual crime scene. When I arrived. Oh. Jeez, okay, I didn't get to do much there. Oh, hello, Gant. Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant? What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Can't. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. It's true. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Damn, Edgeworth, you're getting aggressive, man. I wouldn't even know how to pronounce that. Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Wright? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? We'll find out next time. I'm PhilInTheBlanks. See you guys next level. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to know when the next episode is up. If you want to support my channel, share some videos with some friends and consider supporting me on Patreon.